doing some finance stuff. Now we're going to do some J all day NFL talk. Let's talk some NFL football, guys. Man, what a crazy week it's been. Straight up, guys. Absolutely crazy. Tons of NFL news breaking this week. TJ Watt gets a monster deal for my Steelers fans. Woo, baby. Man, what a deal, making him the highest paid non-quarterback 3 years, $123 million for TJ Watt. Crazy. I'm really interested to see what this Steelers team looks like, man. Andrew, what's going on, buddy? Are you ready for your Packers? What are you looking forward to the most this offseason? Like in training camp, who are you watching, Andrew, the most? Let me know in the comments, bro. Yeah, Mike Williams just retired. Jordan Addison pleaded to a lesser charge in his DUI case. He's going to probably get suspended, I'm guessing, between 3 and 5 games. So big news coming out of the Vikings. He's going to get suspended. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice sentenced to 30 days in jail, guys. 30 days in jail for Rashee Rice. Woo, baby. And Von Miller going to the Commanders. Really exciting news there for the Commanders. Their defense is a little bit older, but they're looking pretty good. Yeah, Jacob, Rashee Rice, man. 30 days in jail. He is allowed to do it in like little pieces, though, so we'll see what's up. Yeah, I'm really excited for Matthew Golden as well, Andrew, to see like how he looks in camp, man. How is this dude going to look, right? He's got a lot of expectations to come in and be this bona fide number 1 wide receiver, right? So, a lot of expectations for Matthew Golden, right? Daniel Barry Sports, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the chat, man. Always appreciate seeing all my favorites in the chat. Jacob, Daniel, Andrew. Appreciate you guys. We're exactly what? A little less than 7 weeks away from kickoff, right? 7 weeks, guys. We're getting closer and closer and closer, guys, until this NFL season is kicking off with my Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowgirls, everybody. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, July 31st, Chargers and Lions, man. Woo! Yeah, I'm excited to see how Barkley looks coming off of a big workload last year between the playoffs and the regular season. History would suggest he's going to regress a little bit, guys, but we'll see. If anyone could have a better season, it's probably our boy Saquon Barkley, right? All right, my thoughts on the Texans. Let's get into some Texans stuff. I love what they did in the draft. Sort of. Because this offensive line doesn't look great on paper, right? Getting rid of Laramie Tunsil is a big loss, man. They had one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL last year, and then, well, they got worse. Yeah, they didn't do a lot to address the offensive line either. If we take a look at PFF's kind of like depth chart, what they're working with right now, and who they're projecting being the starters, you got Cam Robinson on the outside at left tackle. That's a considerable downgrade from Tunsil, right? Then you got Tomlinson at the guard spot, Laken Tomlinson. He's had good years, but the last 3 years he's not been good. He was really good in 2020 and 2021, but the last 3 years, not great. Oh, man, happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Happy birthday. What is going on, Elvis? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I mean, I'm like looking at this offensive line for the Texans, and like it's even worse than I thought, man. It's even worse than I thought. They got Andrews starting at center, Jake Andrews. He didn't play at all in 2024. He was pretty bad in 2023, 53 overall grade. And then you got Blake Fisher from Notre Dame starting at right tackle. He played around, 475 snaps last year, and he was horrible. 44 overall grade, 46 passing grade, 43 run block grade. He was terrible. Having him start, oh man, having him start at right tackle is not good. I don't know if he's going to end up starting, but he was awful last year. 6'6", 312, second round pick out of Notre Dame. Man, it doesn't look good for the Texans offensively. When I take a look at this roster, like, how are they going to establish a run game? To get some pressure off of C.J. Stroud, right, guys? It's like, it's. I don't know how they do it. Because I love the skill position players, man. Nico Collins. I love what they did in the draft, bringing in Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins. And then they have Joe Mixon still. So it's like, and then they bring in Nick Chubb as well. Yeah, Nick Chubb, right? Yeah. But if they can't block, it doesn't matter, man, right? If they can't block, guys, it's going to be a long season for the Texans. I think the Rams are going to kick the dog shit out of them in week 1, man. I really, really do, guys. I really, really, really do. This offensive line I had a lot of early bets on the Texans, so I watched a lot of Texans games early, man. Yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's a good upgrade for the defense. The defense is going to be fine. The Texans' defense is going to keep them in a lot of games, with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. They're like super legit. They got Rankins and Fatu Kasai, Singletary, Lassiter. The defense is going to be really, 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 really good. I don't know. I think they're going to be like an 8-win team. Give or take one. They could win 7 games. They could win 9 games. But I don't expect them to win much more than that. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. Their offensive line is really good. It's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs this year, man. A lot of inexperience. I don't know. Man. I don't know. The left side's got a ton of experience, but they're just not very good. All right, now we're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers, guys. Green Bay Packers. I think they're an 11-win team because they play in a really tough division, right? So for me, I see the Packers being an 11-win team. They could win 12 games. They could win 10. The quarterback situation for the Packers definitely concerns me. They got Hobbs and Nixon penciled in to start at the cornerback positions, right? In their base defense. And they got Javon Bullard. He's going to be like a safety. I don't know if he's going to play in the nickel this year. We'll have to see how that plays out. They have Evan Williams and McKinney. I like the safeties. Edgerrin Cooper leads that linebacker core. I like that. I like Rashawn Gary. But for me, the cornerback spots are really, really suspect, man. And the offensive line is a little bit better than I think most people give it credit for, with Walker and Tom on the outside. And Tucker Kraft, I really like. He really came into his own last year, kind of being like a safety valve for Jordan Love, right, guys? So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how that all works out. You know what I mean? If you take a look at their roster, I'm just looking at the depth chart according to PFF right now. But it's anybody. Carrington Valentine is definitely in play for a cornerback spot. Remember, the dude's a 7th-round pick, 6', 189. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he improved considerably from 2023 to 2024. Right? Can this be a late-round guy that they turn into a bona fide starter? We'll have to see. Yeah. I don't know if great's the right word to describe their secondary last year. Xavier McKinney played out of his mind. He makes up for a lot of deficiencies at the cornerback spot. They're an average team at the cornerback spot, right? Xavier McKinney was so good last year, man. We'll have to see what J.J. McCarthy looks like, TW. I'm very excited to watch him play week 1. Versus the Bears. I like Matthew Golden. He's a great separator, right? But being a great separator in college is very different than being a great separator at the NFL level, right? So we got to see how he looks the first few weeks. Can he get open versus a lot more physical and a lot more, speedy outside cornerbacks at the NFL level, right? Yeah, I mean, I like Matthew Golden. He's really got these like great shoulder moves that he like kind of keeps cornerbacks off balances, and he can break on routes really, really well. So I was a big fan of Matthew Golden's game in college. But wide receivers are funny, man. Some of them look great in college and they get to the NFL level and they just don't, translate for whatever reason, So we'll have to see. I'm looking forward, and I really like the Packers' run game, guys, and that's going to keep a lot of pressure off of Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs is a dog, so I'm really excited about that. The Packers just got to stay healthy, man. And for me, the Packers are going to live and die because, I don't know, their offensive line depth isn't great, especially at the tackle positions, right? So staying healthy offensive line-wise. And then if you take a look at their cornerbacks, right, they don't have a lot of depth at the cornerback position. So if somebody gets hurt, the guys coming in off the bench are like 4th, 5th guys on most teams, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think the Ravens are the team to beat in the AFC. I really, really, really do. And I do think still that the Eagles are the cream of the crop coming out of the NFC. So, yeah, my prediction right now, before training camp starts, a lot can change with the injuries, right? Ravens-Eagles Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, the Packers are a good team. Are they good enough to win 3 playoff games? I'm not sure about that. All right, which team you want me to do? Bills, Texans, Chiefs? What are you talking about, 911? Yeah, I honestly, 911, I think the Chiefs will not win the AFC West. That was one of my bold predictions, man. I think the Broncos are going to win the AFC West this year. I really do, man. I really, really, really do. The Broncos are going to be a problem, guys. No way, dude. No way. The Broncos are going to be so good. They have a top 3 defense. Bo Nix in year 2. They got a lot better offensively. They drafted R.J. Harvey, and they drafted that kid Pat Bryant from Illinois. Yo. The Broncos are going to be really good, man. I like the the Ravens. How did the Ravens, guys, get Mike Green and Malachi Starks? Crazy. It's so crazy. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Broncos are going to be so good. Watch. Yeah, the Broncos are going to be really, really, really good. The Raiders are going to be better. The Chargers, man, what a draft the freaking Chargers had, guys. Oh, my God. They got Omarion Hampton and Trey Harris. Yo. The Chiefs, I think a lot of those tight games that they won last year, they're going to lose this year. Watch. You heard it here first, guys, on the J All Day Show. I think the Broncos win the AFC West. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs miss the playoffs. I'm telling you guys. They're playing a first place schedule. Their team didn't really get better off-season wise. I don't know about... What's up, Donnie? Welcome to the chat, buddy. 5-0 is... In the beginning, like... The first, 3 or 4 weeks, everyone's just kind of getting their feet under them a little bit, right? So... We'll have to see. Starting out 5-0, especially because the Eagles are missing a lot of parts on defense, guys. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's gone. Darius Slay is gone, guys. I mean, a lot of really talented... No Josh Sweat. No Milton Williams. I mean, who's going to play the other linebacker spot? Nakobe Dean's probably not going to be ready to start the season. So, guys, we got to, keep our expectations, 100%. I think Jalen Carter is going to take over that Aaron Donald role as the most feared defensive lineman in the NFL. And a lot of people are saying that he's still trying to learn the position. He still is kind of figuring out the nuances of being a defensive lineman at the NFL level, right? So I'm really excited to watch his progress, for sure. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below about your favorite NFL teams. I will gladly answer them. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Jay, former Bleacher Report writer. We crushed our bets last year, guys, with our straight-up picks. The last 9 weeks, 130 and 39. We crushed it. That's why you got to subscribe to the channel, guys. Why? Eloy, why? Tell me why. They're going to have a top 10 offense and a top 3 defense. Why can't they win the West? Why? Guys, I'm actually, I just got sponsored by Splash Sports. We're going to do a J All Day sponsored Survivor pool for all of my subscribers, man. So I'm still figuring out whether I want to do 5, 10, or 20 bucks for the entry fee. But 90% goes into the pot. And we're going to have a huge Survivor pool for all of us to go through every single week, guys. I'm really excited about that. I think the Broncos are a 12-win team. I think they're a 12-win team. Yeah, I think 12-5, guys. Eloy, that's not a good argument, bro. What do you mean? NFL's a team game. You can have all the great players you want. But, come on, man. Yeah, team-wise, the Broncos on paper are the best team in the West. Offense, defense, special team, coaching, all those combined. They're a way better roster than the Chargers and the Raiders and the Chiefs, man. Sean Payton is a Hall of Fame coach, man. You're crazy, dude. I was leaning towards the Buccaneers, but Tristan Wirfs, Jordan, getting hurt is a huge deal, man. But Pete Carroll is going to be more of a general head coach. He's not going to call the plays. That's going to be Chip Kelly, man. So Pete Carroll is going to have a very locker room presence, will be great. But he's not calling the plays on offense or defense. So you got to remember that about the Raiders. But the Raiders' defense is not very good, minus Max Crosby. How do I know what? Because you don't hire Chip Kelly if he's not going to call the plays, dude? What do you mean? It's like, look at the coaching hires that he hired. They're going to be calling the plays. Yeah, that's going to be a huge deal week 1. But, man, that offense is so crazy. Emeka Egbuka bringing him in with Mike Evans. Wow. I don't have a connection at all. I just call it like I see it, man. I just know NFL teams inside and out, man. You got to be new to the channel, bro. Trust me. I know Pete Carroll is not going to be calling plays. You don't hire Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's not going to come and leave his job at Ohio State to come and not call plays in the NFL. That's crazy, dude. No one's going to do that. No, I mean, that makes no sense, man. Like, there's no, like, you just got to look at it like, you know, not on the surface level. Pete Carroll's not going to call plays, man. Yeah, Todd Bowles, I mean, but their defense wasn't that good last year getting after the quarterback, Jordan, so that concerns me a little bit. But Michael Penix Jr. doesn't have a ton of, experience, obviously, right? That's a game I'm probably going to stay away from betting on week 1. Sorry, guys, I'm going through all these. I mean, I think Geno Smith is an absolute upgrade, guys, 100%. You know, he's going to bring stability to that quarterback room. A little bit older of a guy. Doesn't give you a lot of, like, you know, after, like, if the play breaks down, he's not a guy who's going to, like, rip one for 50 yards or something like that. He's pretty pedestrian in the pocket, but he's got a really good arm, pretty good decision maker. You know, it's a huge upgrade quarterback-wise from what they were doing last year with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. You know what I mean? So, I'm a huge fan of bringing in Geno Smith. He's a big upgrade, guys. So, my bet of week 1, guys, is a parlay Arizona Cardinals, Denver Broncos, coming in around even money. That's my biggest bet of week 1 so far. That's my bet. I'm not touching, dude. I'm touching the Lions-Packers game. I like the Rams over the Texans because I don't believe in the Texans' offensive line. But, you know, division games are tough. Lions-Packers, I would stay away from that game with a 100-foot pole. And then Rams-Texans, you know, a lot of weird stuff can happen week 1, but for real, like, yo, I'm telling you. I'm not a Broncos. Do I look like a Broncos fan? Eli, do you not see Saquon Barkley right here, bro? Woo! Go Birds! I just call it like I see it, man. I just call it like I see it. That's it. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less, bro. I just call it like I see it. Top 3 running backs all time. Barry Sanders is number 1. He's the best running back I've ever seen. You know? Dude, my birth certificate says Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, man, like if you follow the channel, ask everyone here, man. I call it like I see it. Yeah, let's go. I'll go over the Broncos schedule with you guys. We'll go through it game by game and just kind of break it down and like my thoughts and like why I think they can win 12 games. Let me just pull up their schedule, guys. Yeah, I knew what you meant, buddy. I know what you meant. Sean, I knew what you meant, kid. Let's do it. Yeah, I call it like I see it, man. On this channel, I've grown this channel in the last couple years, almost 16,000 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. We're closing in on 16,000. And I just call it like I see it. Yeah, Saquon's the worst running back of all time. If worst means Super Bowl champion, the dude's a freak show, man. Come on. Come on. All right, let me pull up this Broncos. Pull up this Broncos schedule, guys. All right, let me put, I'm just posting something on my other channel too, guys. Let me do this real quick. All right, so week 1, Tennessee Titans. That's a win. I'm not a Super Bowl fan. I was literally born in Philadelphia. I've been an Eagles fan. I'm almost 40, bro. My birth certificate literally says, Jason Amereld, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like, I can't get any more Philly than that, bro. So, okay. So let's take a look at the first 4 weeks. You got the Titans, the Colts, the Chargers, and the Bengals. They're going to be favorites in all of those games, right? Titans, Colts, Chargers, Bengals. They're going to be favorites in all those games, right, guys? They're going to be favorites in each and every one of those games. They're going to destroy the Titans, and they're probably going to destroy the Colts too. The Colts are not very good. Right, so that Chargers game could go either way. So worst case scenario, they're 3-1, right? That's worst case scenario, right? So they're 3-1. And then they got the Eagles in week 5. So worst possible scenario for the Broncos, they start off the year 3-2, right? I think the Broncos are a better football team than the Chargers, but those division games are crazy. They could go either way. So just for argument's sake, Jamie, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the chat. 3-2 to start, right, guys? And then they got the Jets, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Raiders. They could run the table on those games. So let's say 3-2, 4-3, 5-3, 6-3, 7-3. Say they lose one in those games. So they're 7-4 going into week 11 against the Chiefs. So then they got the Chiefs, Commanders, 2 tough games. But the Commanders they're coming off a bye, right? And then they got the Raiders, the Packers, and Jacksonville. All winnable games, right? Like, if you take a look at their schedule, they're going to be underdogs against the Eagles in week 5, probably against the Chiefs in week 11, and then the Chiefs in week 17. That's it. That's it. They're probably going to be dogs in 3 of their 17 games, right? Yeah, they're going to win 10 games. And, like, if they go 500 in those tough games, they're going to win 12, 13 games, guys. You know? In my opinion. Yes, they're home against the Bengals. And the Bengals' defense is so bad. That's a good matchup for the Broncos because they have a really good defense. And the Bengals' offense blows. Yeah, I mean, I like the Broncos this year, guys. I do. I really, really, really do. I definitely think they easily win 10, 11 games. Bears 10-7. Until the Bears actually go out and win football games on Sundays, I'm skeptical, man. Straight up. I do like Ben Johnson for sure. But the Bears, I don't know, man. And they got sometimes like building a team through free agency kind of backfires, right? So we'll see. We shall see, guys. We'll have to see. But I'm not, last year everyone thought the Bears were going to be awesome, and then they were awful. Yeah, Freedom, I want to see the Buccaneers defense take a step forward for sure. I like C.J. Stroud personally, but their offensive line is so bad that I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Can I do a reaction to a music video? What does that mean? Yeah, the NFC South, honestly, it's going to end up being who's the healthiest team? Who could stay the healthiest? But yeah, guys, do me a huge favor. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in, chopping it up, talking some ball on Friday. That's another division that's really, really, really bad. The AFC South, I guess it's the Texans to lose because, if you take a look at that division, their defense is probably the best unit out of all the units in the AFC South, right? And, the Colts don't have a quarterback. The Jaguars are so, I don't know. They can't get it done either. And the Titans are trash. Go Saquon! Yeah, I think they beat the Browns because the Browns' offense is going to be so bad. They have the worst wide receiver room in the NFL. Maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL. How are they going to score points, even against a shit defense, right? I love the wide receiver room. I love the Texans. Yeah, Jaden Higgins was my favorite player in this draft. He's a dog. Him, Jalen Noel, Nico Collins, Tank Dell when he's healthy. The wide receiver room and the running back room is great. But if they can't block, it doesn't matter. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be sneaky this year too, guys. I think that's going to be a very close division. The NFC West, I think all those teams are close to each other. I love Higgins, man. Dude, put on his highlight reel, guys. Holy shit. I think he's the best wide receiver in this draft class. People were sleeping on him, bro. Sleeping on him. Look at this brokey. Yo, Green Hub. There's a lot of things that Jay All Day is, but broke is not one of them. Broke is not one of them. Jamie, the Bills need wide receivers, and they didn't bring any wide receivers in. I don't understand. The Raiders' defense, I don't know. I don't believe, I love Max Crosby. I think he's 100% healthy. But, outside of him, it's not a great unit, in my opinion. I think the AFC West is going to be a tough-ass division, guys. Faux show. See, like, I think the Vikings are going to run their offense very similar to the way J.J. McCarthy ran the offense at Michigan. A lot of running the football, a lot of play action, a lot of throws over the middle of the field, you know. I don't think they're going to try to do too much. You know, they're very well coached. They got a good offensive line. And the Bears are going to come in, like, knowing they have to prove something. And sometimes when you play, you know, mistakes can kind of snowball on you a little bit, especially, excuse me, Monday Night Football. Woo! Hold on real quick, guys. I got to get something to drink. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Say hi to Lucy, guys. Say hi to Lucy. Say hi to Lucy. Say hi to Lucy. Say hi to the new pup. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. So when all's said and done, who are your playoff teams in the AFC? Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a very similar feel to what it was last year. Like, I don't really see a team, like, emerging that's, like, coming out of nowhere. When I'm taking a look, and maybe the Bengals will be a little bit better defensively, and they could, like, win a spot. He's not going to have time to torch the Rams secondary, Jordan, in my opinion, bro. That offensive line is going to, yeah, the Rams front seven with Jared Verse, super talented unit, man. Yeah, I mean, so the AFC playoff teams, I think the Bills are going to win the division. The Patriots could be in line for a wild card spot, the same with the Bengals. And I think every team in the AFC West could make the playoffs. Not that they will, but they have the potential. Except for maybe the Raiders. Like, I think the Chargers, the Broncos, the Chiefs are all playoff-worthy teams. The Bills, the Texans are probably going to win the AFC South because the AFC South is so freaking bad. But that's kind of my thoughts. Thanks, man. Yeah, the Ravens and Bills, that's going to be a fire game. Yeah, I don't know how you can believe in the Steelers. But we'll see. American football sucks. Sorry you don't like it. Yeah, the Giants are going to be fun to watch this year, man. Fun to watch. Yo, Cam Scatterboo is a dog. A freaking dog, guys. Yo, I love myself some Cam Scatterboo, man. And that Giants front seven is going to cause some problems. Yeah, Jordan, they covered both of the games last year under 7.5 points. Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to be better. I mean, that AFC West is going to be extremely competitive, guys. Extremely, extremely competitive. What's up, guys? Stingley, Raider, what's going on? Welcome to the live chat. Jay here, host of the Jay All Day NFL Show. What is going on, everybody? Any NFL questions about this year? Drop them in the comments, guys. Yeah, I agree, Jordan. I mean, the Giants, taking the Giants in a teaser, if you could tease it over like 10.5, 12.5, something like that, that's a good bet. I think that Texans defense is going to be great. They're going to be great again. That offensive line is going to be suspect, guys. Definitely going to be suspect. Yeah, Jordan, I like the Steelers in that matchup too. Mike Tomlin knows Justin Fields. I like that. Yeah, Leo. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator, new play caller for the Lions. They could be a little slow out of the gate. Jalen, my man, what is going on, buddy? Welcome to the chat. Jalen, you are the man, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Long time no see. Maybe. Yeah, actually, the Panthers had a very sneaky good offensive line last year if you look at the PFF metrics, right? Pretty solid unit, you know. Bringing in Ted McMillan's definitely going to help. That's for damn sure. I think the Eagles are a better football team. I still don't believe in this Commanders defense. The Commanders did a great job upgrading the offense, bringing in Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil. They got Josh Connerly Jr. in the draft. Really good job. But the secondary is still not very good. Yeah, Jags-Panthers, I'm staying away from that game with a 10-foot pole, man. I have no interest in betting that game at all. Leo, I'm just staying away from that game. Maybe like Travis Hunter over 50 yards, something like that. I think he'll be involved in like the short intermediate routes a lot in the game. So whatever his prop is, it's probably going to be in that 55 to 65 range. I'll probably take the over. Yeah, Xavier Legette, we'll see how he looks this year. I just got a Xavier Legette autographed jersey in for the store. Yeah, I mean, the AFC South is wide open. That's going to be a division, like whoever stays the healthiest probably ends up winning that division, guys. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, guys, my name's Jay, host of the Jay All Day NFL show. We're closing in on 16,000 subscribers. So if you could do me a huge favor, if you want some killer NFL content, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all tuning in and chopping it up. 7 weeks away, guys. 7 more weeks. And then you're going to be getting Jay all day for my NFL picks. Probably going to shoot a picks video after we do this for a little while. I just like chopping it up with you guys, going over my picks each and every week. I might do one every week until the season starts. We got 7 weeks to go. Let's get her done, guys. Let's get her done. Yeah, probably do one more picks video before training camp because we all know in training camp people get hurt. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have any questions about your favorite NFL team, let me know in the comments down below. Going through some of these comments, guys. Yeah, Shedor's definitely going to make the roster, Jalen. He's looked better than Dylan Gabriel for sure. Talent-wise, he's probably the best quarterback on their roster. Not saying much, but, Oh, thanks, Jordan Moss. I appreciate you subscribing, buddy. Thank you so much. Nah, Harry, I think we're going to be good to go, buddy. I think the defense could show a little bit of growing pains, Harry, but for the most part, the Eagles' offense is all coming back. They're going to be in every game this year. Yeah, well, hopefully Saquon can stay away from the Madden curse, right? I think the Eagles have a serious chance of going back-to-back, guys. We'll have to see how these new pieces step up on the defense. 4 starters are gone. 5 if you count Nakobe Dean being hurt, right? So you got an off-ball linebacker, Darius Slay, outside linebacker Josh Sweat, D lineman Milton Williams, safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson. A lot of guys to replace, right? Thanks so much, Jalen. You're the man. 911, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. And make sure you check out some of my long-form content, guys. Putting out killer picks. I just did a spread picks video. I'll probably do a scores video, maybe later today. We'll see what's cooking. See what's cooking, guys. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in, hanging out, chopping it up. Thanks, Harry. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, we're going to be talking a lot of Eagles football this training camp. Talking some overall general NFL stuff. I just got sponsored by Splash Sports, guys. So we're going to do a Jay All Day Survivor pool. All my subscribers will be able to sign up through Splash Sports and every state can pretty much play in it because it's not like actual gambling. It's more like as a game, right? So I'm debating probably between 10 and 20 bucks. Enter the survivor pool, guys. I would love to get 100, 200, 300 people in it, and have the winner make a huge score. That would be awesome. Do you remember EDP 445? I don't know what that means, Harry. I don't know what that means, buddy. I think the Super Bowl is up in San Francisco this year, right? So, yeah, so Josh Downs is more of I just don't like the quarterback situation in Indianapolis. Tutu Atwell, I don't know how involved he's going to be in the offense. Dalton Schultz, not my favorite tight end, bro. I like Jordan Love. I like Jonathan Taylor. I just don't like that Colts offense, man. You got two guys from the Colts offense. Ooh, too much exposure for me. Nico Collins is going to ball out for sure. Yeah, I think you need another wide receiver 3, man. Tutu Atwell, pretty mid, in my opinion. Yeah, me too, man. Dallas Goedert came back. He restructured his deal. He's a huge safety valve for Jalen Hurts, right? Probably because everyone brings all the attention to Devontae and AJ, but Dallas Goedert, especially on third down, Jalen Hurts really looks to him when he's in a jam. For sure. But yeah, I'm excited for the season, guys. We're less than 7 weeks away from the start of the 2025 NFL season, guys. Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm also excited for UFC 318 tomorrow. Dustin the Diamond Poirier's last fight. I'm going to be tuning in for that for sure. Yo, 911, don't put that juju out there, bro. Come on, dude. Yeah, Harry, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that Jaden Daniels takes a little bit of a step back and then the Eagles can run away with the division. Oh, yeah, Jamie, that would be crazy. What would be crazier, Jamie, if there was a Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium and then the Rams played the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Woo! I mean, I like Nick Emmanwori. They just got the deal done, Diego. I think the defense will be decent. I'm more worried about on the offensive side of the football. No more Lockett, no more DK Metcalf. Offensive line's pretty suspect. Sam Darnold doesn't play well with bad offensive line play, so we'll see. We shall see. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in, chopping it up, talking some ball. And if you want more NFL content, make sure you just subscribe to the channel. Nick Chubb looked cooked last year, guys. I don't know if he's going to be coming back from that injury. Maybe you use him in spurts and he could stay healthy enough to give you something, but he looked like a shell of himself last year at the end of the season, straight up. The Commanders' secondary's got to play a little bit better, right? I don't know. Miami's they're just a mediocre football team. Yeah, wasn't it Christian McCaffrey wasn't he on the when was he on the cover? And then he got hurt too, right? But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming in, chopping it up. If you got any questions about your favorite NFL team before we get in the training camp, make sure you leave them in the description down below. Yeah, I think the Madden curse is more like getting hurt, though, than like just not making it to the Super Bowl, right? When I think of the Madden curse, I think of like somebody like being on the cover and then like getting hurt. But I appreciate you guys chopping it up, hanging out. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this Q&A We just crossed the 50-minute mark here chopping it up with you guys. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to hit the bricks. I'm going to shoot some long form stuff. Make sure you check that out, guys. I'll catch up with you guys later. Have a great weekend. Peace.